Hello, hello, good morning everyone. Hello. Good morning, Reen, how are you? Good morning, Diana. Hello, thank you. All right. Give everyone another minute or so to join. Also apologizing for my shiny face. It is very warm in here. That is kind of just the lot in life when you're starting to launch fall fashions, but it's still summertime outside. I am wearing a long sleeve, but it is quite warm and humid, so I am a little warm right now, but I'm sure we'll get a little bit better as we get going. I'm just gonna make sure I have everything nice and organized on my rack here. We do have a bit of a lighter load today for this week. We're just, as I've mentioned, the past couple of weeks has been tough because a lot of our vendors are kind of like running out of plus size stock, so we're trying to find vendors who still have some in, or potentially looking at new vendors that carry more plus size stuff, because it has been a little bit of a desert lately for plus size stuff, and we don't want that, of course. We want to make sure that everybody's getting lots of stuff. I'm just going to turn Facebook down just a tiny bit so we can actually see my whole outfit. Sorry, Facebook, if you're getting seasick from me shaking you around a little bit. I think that's better. Yeah, we can actually see I'm in the frame entirely almost this way. That's probably a little bit better. Oh, but now we're crooked. Okay. That should be a bit better. Maybe. Good enough. I don't want to mess with it too much because then I'm going to be here for 2 hours. That's just how I am. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Michelle. I am the size 3X model here at Lavender and Lace Boutique. I typically wear a size 2X, 3X, depending on the item and the size. More often than not, still the 3X, but I am sizing down to 2X occasionally more often. I wear an 18W in Judy Blues, and I wear a 2X or a 3X in Risen jeans, depending on the fit. Numerically, outside of that, I'm usually between like an 18 to a 22, depending on the brand and the item. And then for height reference, I'm 6'1", so I'm very tall. I definitely have a lot of like long inseam and short sleeve stuff, so I do like to talk about that as it comes up. Hope the sun is shining. We went camping last week. It wasn't warm and poured rain. Oh no, I'm a fall girly, but I will say that like when it's camping, like that's like, I like rain and stuff, but not when I'm camping. That sucks, especially like, I'm not sure if you're in a trailer or anything, but in a tent, which is what my husband and I do, it is the absolute worst, because like, you're just stuck in a tent, you can't really do anything there at least. And then if you have a trailer, you can like, if you've got power, you can watch TV. And I do love the sound of rain on the trailer roof, but that sucks. I'm so sorry, Green, that you got rained out. Well, yeah, you did get rained out if you're camping. I don't blame you for going home early. Okay, so for today, I'm gonna do my usual, just like going on by the day, and I'm starting off in the Becky because we are actually going to be restocking the Becky's as a bonus launch today. So at 1 p.m. today, we're going to be launching the bonus rompers. The ones that were pre-order we're in the process of getting them shipped, so you should have already gotten a shipping notification, or you'll be getting one very shortly. And then just everything that's not already set aside for shipping as our restock is going to be going live today at 1 p.m. So that is what I am wearing currently. The top I have on underneath is a sneak peek for next week. This is a long sleeve from Michelle May. I'm wearing a 2X in, should be launching next week. But for now, this is the Becky romper in black. This one is retailing for, oh, interesting. I don't actually see the black one. I wonder if this one was just up here as like one that we have around, because it shows me that we're getting the restock in solid teal, solid charcoal, and solid mulberry. I wonder if this one was just like kicking around. I do believe the black was up for pre-order, or maybe we just haven't processed them all yet into the system, but I know for sure we'll have teal, charcoal, and mulberry, which is this like kind of like rich red wine color, that are going to be going live. We will have them available in sizes extra small to oh, I was like, that looks like deck sizing, because it is, because I clicked the wrong thing on the iPad. So they're available in sizes extra small to 4X. and that includes that goes in extra large, 2X, 3X, and 4X. So I can wear either the 2X or the 3X in the Becky romper. I'm currently wearing a 2X. The ones that I own personally, I have in a 3X, but I also bought them like 2 summers ago, and I have lost a decent amount of weight since then. I do find that for the 3X, if I want to layer it with something bulkier like this long sleeve that I have it with the 2X, I did have to do quite a bit of like smoothing out underneath, just so you couldn't see like the bulk of the fabric underneath of it. But in terms of like overall fit, especially if I wanted to layer this with like a t-shirt or with like a Ronnie or something like that, the 2X is definitely good. In terms of body length, these do have fully adjustable straps on the back. They're like a bra strap, and as you can see, even in the 2X here, I have a lot more length if I wanted to let it out even lower and get more of like a droop and more length in the torso. I still have a lot of room to do so. So I could go either way with the 2X or the 3X, and the 3X is just because it gives me a little bit more flow without having to drop the straps as low. But for length, definitely not a problem with the 2X, so I can kind of go here or there with it. Good morning, Michelle. Hello. Right, Abby, good morning. How are you? So yeah, this is the black one, and I don't see this one available for restock, so this might have just been one that we had kicking around, but we do have the mulberry, the teal, and the charcoal that will be available for restock. And like I said, in sizes extra small to 4X. I would say true to size, but you can size down. They're still really, really spacious. If you don't want them to be quite as oversized, you can definitely size down in these. And did I say the price? I think I did. $58. So these ones are going to be going live at 1 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time today. So in 2-ish hours from now, we're gonna have the Becky restock going live. And then, like I said, the top I have underneath, this one's just a little sneaky peeky for later, sometime next week. So I don't have more info on that. All right, so then moving on to this week, I have a couple of tops today, and I have some jeans. So I will grab those. I have to do the thing where I try to remember to coordinate like off, because I'm in the area different than where I usually go right now, so I have to like go off camera, remember to bring all my things, remember to bring it all back, so wish me luck. I'm usually a pretty organized person, but sometimes it's a bit of a crapshoot for me. I'm organized when I can plan ahead of time. I'm not always the best at doing things on the fly. Okay. Okay, got the jeans on, putting on the sweater. Perfect. Okay, so now we are going on to the regular Tuesday drop, so all of the pieces other than the Becky, which let me remember, this is what I was talking about. I have to try to remember like the pieces that I've actually tried on. Let's bring them back, and we can put them back on the rack. So now everything that I'll be trying on for Tuesday is stuff that is with the regular drop at 8 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So we'll start with the sweater from Dex, which is this just gorgeous, gorgeous, like cornflower blue color. This is the Stella crewneck sweatshirt in Endless Sea. This one is retailing for $65, and it's available in sizes extra small through 2X, so the full Dex size range of extra small to extra large, and then for plus size it is X, 1X, and 2X. I'm wearing my typical 2X for this one. Melissa is in the 1X. She did size up a little bit just to get a little bit more length in the torso and in the sleeves. I'm wearing my typical 2X. Christine is in her typical extra small, and Christine is in her extra small, and Carrie's in the medium. Wow, I am having a hard time talking apparently today. So this is a blend of polyester, cotton, and viscose. So it is partially natural fiber, partially synthetic fiber for this one. And again, I already mentioned this gorgeous cornflower blue color, but it is so stunning. It's like pastel, but a little bit richer than a pastel. It also has this gorgeous heathered pattern to the actual knit itself. We do have this rounded neckline. We have the little pocket on the front here. Now for the sleeves, for me, they are a little bit short. This is something I find Dex does tend to have shorter sleeves, but as I mentioned in pretty much all of my lives where I wear a sweater, which is usually most of them at some point. I am the kind of person that always pulls up my sweater sleeves anyways. That's just my lot in life being tall. It's become an unconscious habit of mine. And so these sweaters do have nice cuffs that make it easy to pull up my sleeve and have it stay there. It's not gonna like bind into my arm from being too tight, but it's also not gonna keep falling down my arm from being too loose. This one is a little bit on the shorter side for me. It's not fully cropped, but we can see if my natural hip is here, it's kind of sitting like just above my natural hip line. And it is not quite like a relaxed, but it's also not a fitted sweater. It's just like a really nice true to size kind of sweater where it just kind of skims over the curves. So you can see we've got that drop shoulder detail here with this kind of loose head, like this loose seam piece. And then in the back, we get more of just that expansive, gorgeous blue color on this one. And like I said, this one is 30% cotton, so it is a mix of natural and synthetic fibers. So it is going to be a little more breathable than your typical just straight acrylic or straight polyester sweater. So again, this one, what's my iPad doing? There we go. This is the Dex Stella crewneck sweatshirt in Endless Sea. This one's retailing for $65, and it's available in the full Dex size range of extra small to extra large, and then X, 1X, and 2X for the plus. We all would take our typical sizes, but Melissa did end up going for the 1X just for some length in the torso for this one. Okay, let's do the jeans. And I'm not sure, just because the angle on this isn't great, but I'm trying to show it off. We have another pair of barrel jeans. We had another pair in a lighter wash, I want to say like 2.5, 3 months ago maybe. It might have even been longer ago than that, but it was, I want to say in like the spring season, we had another pair of like light wash barrel jeans from Judy, and now we have this mid wash. So these are the Judy Blue High Rise Mid Wash Soft Barrel Jeans, aka Keith. These are retailing for $98, and they are available in sizes 1 through 15 and then 14 through 22W for the plus sizes. I am wearing my typical 18W in these, and everyone else is also wearing their typical Judy sizes. So Christine in the 3, Carrie in the 9, Melissa is in her usual 14, and I am in my usual 18 for these ones. They are described as like a soft barrel shape, and I think the thing that makes these ones softer, especially compared to the other ones, is the other ones had like a double seam running down the side that kind of helped that structure stick out, whereas these ones just have that like typical single seam on the edge. If I do this, you can really see, like if I really kind of pull it and puff it out, you can see where we're getting that barrel shape. But because it is just that single seam instead of the double seam to kind of make it stay puffed out, they do have a little bit more of a relaxed, flowy structure. They're not as like stiff. They're not looking, they're not giving like jodhpur from the RCMP, which I learned that there is a technical term for those pants that have like the really big poofy out, and they're called jodhpurs. But so these are not giving jodhpur. These are definitely, I think soft barrel is a really good way to describe these, and they are definitely like a true mid-wash. We do have some whiskering and feathering in the front pocket area here and some fading on the thigh. I would definitely call these like a true mid-wash. Like they're not a dark wash, they're not a light wash, they're like a true middle kind of wash. There's no distressing or anything like that. They do have some embroidery on the back pocket. I'm not sure how easy it is to see from back here, but not a lot of other embellishments. They kind of let the cut be the thing, which I think is probably for the best, just because with a very like interesting non-standard jean cut like a barrel jean, it's best to let that do the talking instead of trying to make them too loud, because then they could be a little bit less wearable, if that makes sense. Yeah. Oh my God, Abby. Well, I hope it's a good thing that you quit your job. I hope it wasn't out of like a negative place. I hope it was like a good thing, like I don't need it anymore. But yeah, I'm glad that you could join me on Tuesday. I love that that's your first thought. I am very flattered, thank you. Just checking Instagram, I don't see any other comments. So yeah, so again, these are the Keith jeans from Judy Blue. They are the high-rise mid-wash soft barrel jean. These ones are retailing for $98. And again, they're available in sizes 1 through 15 and then 14W through 22W. And we're all wearing our typical Judy Blue sizing for this one. Okay, I have another sweater. Lots of sweaters, which I mean, I'm very hot and sweaty. It's like, it was 20 degrees on my drive here, but it was kind of cloudy and trying to rain. But now if I look out the window behind me, I can see it's like sunny. I'm sure it's gonna be like 27 and like humid and hot by the time I go outside. I can definitely tell I'm a little shiny, but of course, I've got nothing but sweaters, it seems like, to try on today, but that's just how it is. So I have another sweater to try for you guys. It is the Callista striped oversized sweater. I'll go throw this one on. So this one is not technically plus. This one is comes in small, medium, and large, extra large, but I have tried the large, extra large, and it absolutely works for me. So I will definitely be trying it on for everyone because it is worth showing off. Again, especially when we are kind of in a desert of having plus size pieces available to us from our vendors right now. We want to make sure that we're showing off everything we can if it does work for plus, and this does. So I definitely want to give you guys as many options as possible. Okay. So this one with me sizing down does end up being a bit more of a cropped look, but I love a good cropped sweater. Anyone who's followed me throughout like the fall winter season from last year knows that I very much intentionally buy things that give a cropped length on me, and that is definitely what's happening with this sweater, but I still absolutely adore it. So again, this is the Callista striped oversized sweater. This is the shade Dusty Blue. This one's retailing for $64. This one is from Zenana, and like I said earlier, it's available in sizes small, medium, and large, extra large. I am in the large, extra large. Carrie and Christine both wear the small, medium, and then Melissa and myself are both wearing the large, extra large. And this one is 100% cotton. So despite being quite a thick knit sweater, because it is all cotton, it's going to be very breathable. As we can see, it is this really nice, thick, ribbed knit fabric. Lots of stretch too, as we can see, very, very stretchy. Even with that, it's not like it only fits me because it's being like stretched across my body. Like, as you can see, the ribs are actually like fully relaxed on me, so they are still like, there's definitely a lot of room. It is a drop sleeve. I still have lots of room in the arms and the shoulders, and even the sleeves, I was actually like pretty pleasantly surprised that the sleeves are actually still a pretty good length on me. And if I do want to pull them up because they have that ribbed cuff, they are going to stay in place really nicely, but they're also not going to be too tight on my arms. As you can see, they're definitely cropped. These are a high-rise jean, and they're still giving me that little peak of tummy. Personally, I love a sweater cropped like this. I love, like, this is like the ideal crop top height for me, where I can wear it with a high-waisted pair of jeans and just get that, where it's like kind of right at the seam of the jean or just above. Like, this is how I wear a lot of my clothes, like, personally, all the time. Absolutely adore that. It does have this little side slit on the side too. Yeah, so really cute. Definitely works for plus sizes. It just might be a little bit more on the crop side. I think that's probably like a double whammy of me being 6'1" and then also me sizing down from like a 2X, 3X to a large, extra large for this one. So again, this is the Callista striped oversized sweater in Dusty Blue. $64 for this one. Small, medium, and large, extra large. Carrie and Christine both wear the small, medium, and Melissa and I both wear the large, extra large. Okay, I believe we have this one launching in other colors later in the week as well. They all fit the same, so if it comes up again, I'll mention it. I don't have any more on me to try, but if you see the Callista throughout the week, know that it does work for me. Okay, I believe that those are the only pieces yet. We have the two sweaters, the Becky rompers, and then the jeans for today's launch. So we can pop on over to tomorrow, the 13th, and see what we've got for this day. I think we have, I have a jean, I have a cardigan, and for some reason I have the Lenora fleece tunic sweatshirt, and I don't have, I see that we have it in brown and ash jade, which I don't have, but if this is the same one, I have the black one. So I can try on the black one because it did work for me, and I can put that with the jeans for Wednesday. And then I also have this cardigan as well. I'll throw that over the tunic when I get back, or I might even wait and do it the other day because I wouldn't normally wear a cardigan over top of like a sweatshirt. So I think I will just do these two and then we'll do that one within other things. Thank you, Wanda. I love Barrel jeans. When I first saw Barrel jeans, I was kind of afraid to try them because I only ever saw them on like Pinterest and Instagram pictures of like very like twig thin models and people who have like a very like straight, no curve type body. So I thought that was who it was meant for. But as I tried them on and the more I looked up pictures of like plus size people in Barrel jeans, I realized I actually think they look better on curvy people because they work with the natural curves that we already have, and I absolutely love them. So if you're afraid of Barrel jeans because you think that they're just for people that have like that straight non-curvy body, don't be. As someone who is curvy and plus size, I absolutely love the Barrel jeans and how they look on me. But thank you, I really appreciate the compliment. All right. Okay, so again, that was all of the Tuesday drop stuff that I was just trying on, and now we are swapping on over to Wednesday. Okay, yet another sweater as I am cooking over here, but it is what it is. So the Lenora sweater that I'm trying on, this one is just like the Callista sweater that I just tried on. This one is available in small, medium, and then large, extra large. But it did work for me, though it is a different fit, so I still wanted to show how it worked for me just so that, because I know whenever we have something that is like an oversized fit that is in the large, extra large, people want to know if it works for me. And it does, but it definitely fits differently than how it fits Carrie and Christine. So I definitely want to show that off. Okay, jeans on, tunic on, ready to go. And we can hang back the stuff that we've already tried on. So again, when I'm looking at the iPad here, I don't see the black Lenora sweatshirt on for Wednesday, and I didn't actually see it later in the week either, so it might have already launched, but this is just the one that I have on to try on for size-wise. So this is the Lenora Fleece Tunic Sweatshirt. Again, I'm wearing the black, but the ones that are launching on Wednesday are the brown and the ash jade. So they're going to be retailing for $42. They are from Zenana, and they are, what's the material on these guys? 60% cotton, 40% polyester, so they are a majority organic material, which is nice. Or I guess I should say natural. I don't know if it's organic cotton, but it's a natural material. It's not pure synthetic. It's greater than 50%, which is awesome. So this one is a relaxed fit. We do describe it as being true to size. It is a little bit longer than our typical kind of like crew neck. Like usually they kind of sit just above or right at the natural hip, but this one goes a little bit longer. And the biggest fit difference for me with this one is that the way that on everyone else is that when it sits longer, it still fits kind of loose around the hips, but for me, just because of where the length is and because I am sizing down, when I am wearing the large, extra large, is that it is tighter around my hips and it does fit a little bit slimmer to my body. So my preference is to just pull up that waistband so it's not quite so low on my hips, just to give me a little bit more movement and a little bit more kind of relaxed, loose fabric around my hip and stomach area, whereas it definitely sits a little bit longer, more naturally on the other girls. But it does still work for me. I still have lots of room in the shoulders and the arms. Again, we have that drop sleeve and I still have lots of room in the shoulders. It's not restrictive anywhere. It's just that the hips are tight if I pull it right down all the way of the length, so I do kind of just pull it up a little bit, and then I get kind of that like poof effect here is how it sits on me. So again, this one is the Lenora fleece tunic sweatshirt. Carrie and Christine are both in a small medium, and Melissa wears the large extra large. They're $42, and again, I'm wearing the black because that's just what I have, but the brown and the ash jade are the ones that are going to be launching on Wednesday. And next we'll go through the jeans, which so that I can do that, I'm gonna take the tunic and I'm gonna like fully tuck it up like this, just so that we can see what's going on with these jeans. So this is Greg. That's what the name for these jeans is, or the Judy Blue High Rise Dark Wash Wide Leg Jeans. These ones are retailing for $103, and they're available in sizes 1 through 15, and then 14W through 22W. These ones are maybe a little bit more snug in the waist, just because they do, if I get up close, we can see that they do have the double button waistband. But that being said, we all did still wear our typical sizing for this one. So just something to know that they do feel a little bit stiffer in the waist when you put them on, and that is largely because of this double button waistband. But as you wear them, and even just as I've had these on, I already feel like they're starting to kind of adjust and start to contour to my body. So I don't feel like it's enough to warrant sizing up in these jeans. Like I still, even though my waist is my limiting measurement, I still am in my usual 18. I didn't feel the need to size up to the 20. So Christine is in her usual 3, Carrie's in her usual 9, Melissa's in her usual 14, and again, I'm in my typical 18 for these ones. These are just a really nice, classic kind of wide leg jean. These are definitely the kind of jeans that you could dress up and wear a little bit more professionally with like a heel and a button down blouse. Very just like clean cut and true and classic. They are a dark wash. There's maybe like the slightest bit of fading we can see on the thighs, but there's like no whiskering or anything to go with it. They do have a more like trouser cut pocket as well. I already showed off that double button in the front. They do have that wide, almost like dress pant kind of cut. And then I will attempt to balance to show you guys. I don't know how well it's gonna go, but it also has that like wide hem at the bottom that's also very like trouser style as well. And then if I turn around to the back, another cute feature, I'm not sure how easy it'll be to see, but we have this little X in the back for the belt loops. Instead of just standard belt loops, they do this little X in the back, which I really like, especially again if you're wearing these with like a leather belt to dress it up. You're going to keep everything nice and secure there, and no threading or embroidery or distressing or anything on the back. Again, it's just very clean cut, a very like classic kind of style for these ones. I didn't see I don't have the inseam measurements just with like the app that I'm using. It's really hard for me to see. That being said, I'm gonna guess that these are probably like a 30, maybe even a 31, because I'm very tall. I usually wear a 34 to a 35-inch inseam, and these are pretty good on me. They're not touching the floor. I would say they're like 1.5 to 2 inches off the floor, so I'm gonna guess these are probably a 30 inseam, maybe even a 31, but I don't have the actual inseam here on the iPad to pull up for you guys. All right, so again, these are the Gregs, or the Judy Blue High Rise Dark Wash Wide Leg. These ones are retailing for $103, sizes 1 through 22W, and we're all wearing our typical Judy Blue sizes for these ones. Okay, and then we also, for Wednesday, we have this cardigan, but like I said, I'm gonna try it on with the next day just because I have an actual like short sleeve shirt that I can layer with, because this tunic is definitely not something I would typically layer a cardigan with. So I'm going to change into, I'm just going to double check to make sure that's everything I need for Friday, or I guess if I go to the next day, I actually don't have anything for, wait, 12th, 13th, 14th is Thursday. I don't really see anything that is 4+. There are a couple more of the Callista sweaters. Like I mentioned, I have the brown and the ash jade in the Callista sweater, which I don't have them here to try on, but I have tried on the dusty blue and they do work for me. So those are going to be available in plus size on Thursday. So I'm going to hop right on over to Friday. 2, 5. Because that's where I've got my pink sweaters and I have another pair of jeans. So I am going to change into these 2 pieces, and then I'm going to just quickly go back to this cardigan to finish up Wednesday, and then we'll jump on over to Friday again. So I will be right back. This is definitely going to be a little bit of a shorter live, which my apologies, just because, as I've mentioned before, we're in a bit of a desert, and just even having availability for for stuff from vendors to order from plus size, but we are doing what we can. Oh no. I have nice fuzzy arms now because it is warm and I'm sweating. The inside of that sweatshirt left fuzz all over me. That's fantastic. Oh boy. Okay. I'm very excited about the next jeans I'm about to show you guys. They're from Risen. They're a wide leg jean, and Risen has done a really good job of making the length on their jeans really accessible for tall people like me. And so I'm very excited that these jeans, despite not being labeled as long, at least I don't think they are, maybe they are, but I don't think they are, but they fit me very long, and they are like a true wide leg jean and like a flare almost, and that's not something I get to experience very often, so I am very thrilled about them. Okay, there we go. And then we'll try this sweater on from Wednesday. Lady showed a dress decks that launches on Thursday that came in a 2X. Presume it did not work on you. So I think I know the dress you're talking about, and I think it did work, but I think that I'm pretty sure what happened, because it's not here anymore, is that we potentially sold, like we might have only had a couple of 2X in stock and they might have sold during the Monday Night Live, because I didn't have it on my rack, but I know the one that you're talking about. That is the Dex Delicate Tiered Mini Dress. I believe I've tried that one on. Maybe I haven't. But yeah, I don't have that one, and actually we don't have photos of me in it either, so I wonder if Melissa wore a different size in it. I wonder if they figured that it wouldn't fit me. They say that I wear the 2X. I don't remember trying it on, but I must have. But yeah, it's just, it hasn't been here. I don't have it on my rack. It wasn't for photos. I haven't taken photos in it. So my assumption would be that we only had maybe like one or two of the 2Xs actually come into stock, and that they sold out during the Monday Night Live. But that dress is there, and just based considering it fit everyone else true to size, I'm assuming it would probably work for me as well, but I just haven't seen it to try it on. But that is a great question, Paige. I'm glad that you asked. There is also, speaking of Dex, we have the Ava Rid Tank in Burnt Orange. This one also was not on my rack today, but I have tried that one on in the past, and that one does work for me in the 2X. So I guess that will be launching on Thursday as well, the Dex Ava Rid Tank in Burnt Orange. I do wear the 2X in that one, and it does fit perfectly. And I don't have it here either, but earlier today I tried on the black one, and same thing, I wear the 2X and they all fit great. Okay, back to Wednesday. We'll quickly do this cardigan that I'm wearing. This is the Southwest Sunset Cardigan in brown. This one is retailing for $76, and this one is available in small, medium, and medium large. I'm currently wearing the medium large. It's more of an oversized fit on Carrie and Christine, but me sizing down into the medium large, it's definitely just giving like typical like cover cardigan. It's not loose and flowy and relaxed, but it's also not super tight either. It's not gonna be able to pull closed or anything like that, but it does definitely still work for me. This one is from the brand Dreamers, and it is a polyacrylic nylon spandex blend for this one. So kind of like typical what you would expect for an acrylic kind of knit. It does have this really cool geometric, almost like Aztec vibed pattern that goes all the way around. It reminds me of like blankets and stuff, if that makes sense. And then it does have this really pretty kind of like heathered, you don't really see it until you get up close, but you can see like how mixed the color is. It's like a mixture of like black and chocolate brown, and then we have this like taupe and gray and cream mix in here. So it's not just like flat colors, there's a lot of like dynamic color switching happening in the actual fabric itself, which is really pretty. And then this one on me, it is long enough, it comes like just kind of to my butt. It would be longer again if I wasn't sizing down into a medium large, but it does still work for me. On the other girls, this one is long enough to cover the butt. It is definitely giving grandpa sweater. I feel like the colors and like the geometric is very grandpa sweater, and I love that. So again, this is the Southwest Sunset Cardigan in brown, $76 for this one. Small, medium, and medium large. I'm wearing the medium large. Melissa wears the medium large, and then Prairie and Christine are in the small medium. And so that wraps up the Wednesday stuff. And then, like I mentioned earlier, the stuff that I'm wearing currently is for the Friday launch, because I don't have, there is a couple of Dex pieces that are in 2X, but I don't have them up here anymore. So I don't have them to try on, but I do wear 2X in the dress and also in the tank that is going to be launching as well. Okay, going on to Friday, which is the 15th. Perfect. Let's start with the Cleo short sleeve top that I'm wearing in dark pink. This one's retailing for $36. Sizes small through 3X with both an extra large and a 1X available. This one is from Zenana, and it is a polyester top. This one, I do want to point out, actually both the pieces I'm wearing right now, I have sized down to a 2X in. So both the top and then the Risen jeans, I have found myself wearing a 2X in. The last couple of pairs, even before, like earlier this year, I was kind of in between 2X and 3X for some of the Risen jeans. Sorry, I just realized I forgot to like bring my my stuff back from earlier. There we go. But with the last like 2 or 3 pairs of Risen jeans that I've tried on now, I'm definitely consistently preferring the 2X. That kind of lines up with my expectations with Judy Blue, where with their shorts being letter sizes, more often than not, I am preferring the 2X over the 3X. So that is the case also with Risen jeans. But anyways, let's finish talking about the top, and then we can talk about the jeans that I am very, very obsessed with, because I'm not sure if y'all can see, but those jeans are pooling on the floor for me, and that never happens. And I am absolutely over the moon excited that I can like prop my foot up like this, like I'm wearing a heel, and I'm still getting a full jean effect. Like this never happens for me. So these ones are definitely long, but we'll get to that. So again, this is the Cleo short sleeve top. This one is full polyester. It is available in sizes small through 3X, including both an extra large and a 1X, but I did size down to the 2X for this one. So definitely lots of room, very oversized fits. So that is the case pretty consistently for all of us too. So Christine's in the small, Carrie's in the small, Melissa wore the extra large as opposed to the 1X for this one, and then I am in the 2X as opposed to my usual 3X for this one. This one has that kind of like crinkled effect type fabric. I feel like this is a one that would be really easy to either dress up or dress down, especially having this kind of V-notch collar and the seam in the front. I think that definitely gives professional if you were to tuck it into a pair of dress pants or pair it with a blazer. This would definitely be something you could style up to be professional, but with a pair of jeans and sneakers, it's also super easy to be able to style this one down as well. We do have a little bit of scalloping on the side here, and we do have a little bit of extra length in the back. Not quite long enough to fully cover my booty, but definitely some good coverage in there too, which again, if you wanted to wear this untucked to work, sometimes that is a thing you want to have a little bit more coverage back there, and this one is absolutely going to do that for you. We have the rolled detail on the sleeve here, as well as kind of cuffed sleeve, and then kind of just a typical t-shirt cut in the back. Don't mind the tag there. They do a very good job of tucking it in the back. So again, this is the Cleo short sleeve top in dark pink. $36 for this one. Sizes small through 3X with both an extra large and a 1X. True to size, but it is a little bit oversized, so if you are wanting it to be a little bit of a less oversized fit, you can definitely size down, which both myself and Carrie did, and Melissa actually went with the smaller between the extra large and the 1X as well. So pretty safe across the board. We all kind of opted to size down where we could. Okay, now I'll get to the Risen jeans. I'm just going to tie this top up a bit so I can show them off a little bit better. These are the Brantleys. Yeah, they're not described as long, but trust me, these are long, very long. So these are the Risen Jeans High Rise Dark Wash Tummy Control Wide Leg, aka the Brantleys. So they are retailing for $92 and they're available in 1 through 15 and then 1X, 2X, and 3X for the plus sizes. Christine wears the 5, which is her usual Risen size. Carrie is between the 7 and the 9 and she wears the 7. Melissa typically wears the 1X, but she's wearing the 15 in these, so also dropping down. And then again, I typically wear a 2X or a 3X and I opted for the 2X in these jeans. Just because I did find that the 3X were a little bit roomy and the 2Xs in Risen have been fitting me very, very nicely. So these ones are another very they're not quite as fully clean cut as the jeans I had on before, but they are definitely that same kind of style. They have a little bit more fading on the thighs and they have a little bit of whiskering on the pockets, but no physical distressing on these ones. And then they are like a full wide leg jean. They have that same kind of trouser wide trim around the hem as well. And that's the thing I'm so excited about because I've literally never had a pair of jeans that had that because I've never had it because it gives it so much structure at the bottom. And if your jeans aren't long enough and you have that, it looks weird. And so I've never been able to find a pair of jeans long enough that actually had that more structured bottom hem like that. So that's why I'm super excited about these jeans. Look, they're pooling around my ankles. I've never had that come from, especially a pair of jeans that's not even labeled as long. So if you are more petite, you probably would have to get these ones hemmed because like I said, they're very generous in their length. If we go to the side, we can see again, there's no distressing or any of that, just a little bit of fading. And then same thing on the back, just really nice dark wash, very clean cut denim. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit obsessed. These are probably the most Tolero friendly jeans I've tried on in a very, very, very long time. And that being from Risen definitely does not surprise me. So again, these are the Risen Jeans High Rise Dark Wash Tummy Control Wide Leg, aka the Brantleys. These are retailing for $92 and they are available in sizes 1 through 3X. If you're between sizes with Risen, we do suggest sizing down one. Myself and Carrie both went with the smaller of our 2 sizes and Melissa did also size down in these. So yeah, they do have a lot of really nice stretch, and because they're tummy control, they have that really nice sucked held in feeling, which is really nice. Okay, and then I have one more piece that is part of the Friday launch. I have this sweater here, which I'm really excited about. This is probably my favorite sweater I tried on so far this year, and so I'm really excited to show it to you guys. I should say so far because we haven't tried on a ton of sweaters yet this year because we are just getting into our fall stuff now, but there's been a few, and this one is just between the color and the cut, I just absolutely adore it. Okay, so this is the last piece that I have for the week, and it is stunning. And also, believe it or not, this is a size large, extra large. This one is definitely very, very, very oversized. I honestly, when I put this on, I had to check the tag because I was like, there's no way. This has to be a 3X or a 2X, 3X, so if it's doing the split size. But no, this one is actually in large, extra large. Honestly, Belinda, I was a diehard Judy Blue, and I still am. But when I started trying Risen, I was like, I think I might like these even more than Judy Blue. I absolutely adore Risen jeans. I think I've bought at least 3 pairs, since we started carrying them, well, we've had them before and then we didn't, and then recently we started getting more. I've bought, I think, as many Risen jeans as Judy Blues this year, if not more, just because I've been having a wonderful time with how they fit me. I absolutely adore them. Right, Abby? It is so comfy and cute. This is the Sable oversized round neck sweater in the color Heathered Dark Pink Melange. Ooh, that sounds very bougie. So this one's retailing for $49, and it's, again, available in small, medium, or large, extra large. Like, it is very, very oversized. This one is an acrylic poly spandex blend for the knit that's used. You can definitely see how heathered it is. From a distance, because it's like a darker pink and then a white, it looks more like the hot pink, kind of like what the top over there was. But when you get up close, that you can see it is more of like a rosy salmony color mixed with the white. And then from a distance, it just looks like a lighter pink, but it is absolutely stunning. So I'm wearing the large, extra large, of course. This one, again, super, super oversized. So Christine wears the small medium, but honestly, like even the small medium on Christine, like it's kind of drowning her. Like it almost doesn't work for her because it's so oversized. And then Carrie is wearing the small medium and it looks very comfy and oversized on her. Melissa is in the large, extra large, but she could probably almost go down to the small medium because it's so comfy. And then of course I'm in the large, extra large. I would not size down to the small medium, but that would be kind of amazing if I had something in my closet that said small medium on it. Like imagine at my size. But the large, extra large, like again, when I put this on, I had to do a double take on the tag because I thought for sure that this was a 3X, but it is still a large, extra large, super comfy. It has the drop sleeves. It almost has kind of like a dolman sleeve effect. Not even almost, I think that is pretty dolman sleeve. And then it has the elastic at the waist, but it's not like a super tight elastic, so it's not like it's really coming in, but it does have that kind of like square cut, but then it tapers in at the hips here. And then that very dropped shoulder, very loose, very comfy, a lot of movement and flow to this one, just a really comfy sweater. And again, it is just this really gorgeous pink pattern with that white mixed in. Absolutely stunning. I am obsessed. It is just, I think like really the color is what's selling me. I think it's the prettiest color I've seen on a sweater in a long time. And this is definitely my favorite sweater that I have tried on so far for the year, or at least for the season, for the fall season. But anyways, again, this is the Sable oversized round neck sweater in Heathered Dark Pink Melange. Sizes small, medium, and then large, extra large. I'm wearing the large, extra large, and so is Melissa, and Carrie and Christine will take the small, medium. And again, this one is launching on Friday at 8 p.m. and it'll be $49. Okay, it's shorter live. I mean, shorter. It's still been almost an hour, but under an hour for me, which is pretty rare. I did want to give you guys a heads up that we have our summer sale that is going to be starting this week. So from Thursday to Saturday, it's going to be available in store. So if you come shop at the storefront here at the boutique in Sherwood Park, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is going to be the summer sale. So it doesn't apply to any new restock or pre-order items. So if there's something that you've seen that's coming this week, make sure you snag it up because it's not going to be going on sale later this week. It's only applying to things that have just already been in stock, that aren't new, that aren't restocks, etc. But again, so it'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday in store, and then starting on Sunday this weekend, it'll be online for all of next week, starting Sunday up to Friday or Saturday, I believe. I'll have to double check, but again, Thursday, Friday, Saturday in store. If you are local, you will get a little bit of a head start. You can go in store and start the deals early, and then Sunday it'll start online for everyone else. I don't have a ton more details. I'm not sure if it's automatic or if it's with a code. More details will be coming later, but I just wanted to let you guys know that that is going to be coming up very soon. We will also I believe it's during this weekend as well, or maybe next weekend, I forget exactly when. I think it's during the summer sale. Carrie and Christine are going to be doing their closet sale, which will be again in person. They're not going to be listing things online to shop, I'm pretty sure, but they will have their setups here at the boutique this weekend, I believe, so you'll be able to shop, you know, all this stuff, because they always get first dibs on stuff because they see everything before it even really like gets here, because they're the ones ordering the stock. So they get some of like the best stuff, and sometimes, because I mean, we're all guilty of this, but when you own a boutique, I feel like it has to be even harder, where you think, oh my god, this is so cute, and then you only actually wear it like once or twice, and you never wear it again. So there's lots of stuff that's like basically never worn, or only been worn to like a concert or two. That's going to be up for grabs, so that's going to be worth checking out as well. So All right, thank you everyone for joining me. Again, my name is Michelle. I'm the size 3X model here at Lavender and Lace Boutique. I typically wear a size 2X, 3X, top and bottom. I go live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. at Mountain Daylight Time and try on all of the plus size pieces or plus size adjacent pieces that will work on a plus size body that are gonna be launching throughout the week. So if that's something that interests you, you can find me exactly where you found me here, which is either on Facebook or Instagram, and I will be going live again next Tuesday at 11 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. I hope everybody has a great weekend. I hope you get lots of sunshine, or don't if you're someone who doesn't like the sun. And I hope that everything goes well, and I will see everybody next week. Bye-bye.